series, we've had loads of famous faces on the show. So many, in fact, that we can't fit them all in today. But who's been your favourite, Carol?
Oh, so many, but, you know, I've been quite impressed at the level of intellectual guests we've had. We've had Germaine Greer and we've had Clive James, but absolutely, without question, my favourite guest was Danny Dyer. Oh. You know, sexy young actor and actually got a kiss. But beating that, I have to say, I was more impressed and more ecstatic and over the moon at the Nolans.
Were you?
Yeah. Do you remember the Nolans actually sang the whole song?
Oh,
yeah, it's true. I thought that was just, I peaked.
So would I.
Here are just a few that made us smile.
Has fatherhood changed you then as a character? Because you've got a 10-year-old, you've got another one on the way now?
Yeah, a few weeks,
Do you think you've softened a bit because you're a dad?
Yeah, absolutely. I've turned into an absolute div around me little, and I tell you, you know, it's a great thing. She's a really pure thing that I've got in my life, do you know what I mean? And I'll cherish her. She's bang on, getting all silly now. I've turned into a bit of a bird round here, and I like that. I quite like that.
Can I just say, I've only been on the show for 2 days, and it's so nice to sit opposite Carol and see her go gooey.
I know. I can't believe it. You're not that gooey.
I'm enjoying it.
Well, you know, you are quite hot. You are. It's a real treat for us, you know, someone like you on the show. My God!
Stop going on about that now.
Do you know, I can feel the heat.
I'm getting really hot now. Now, James and Danny.
Danny, before things get out of control, can I just pour some water on this?
I'm in the mood for dancing, romancing. Ooh, I'm giving it all tonight.
Bernie, what about how the rehearsal's going?
It's me. I'm
Bernie, sorry. Do you know what, though? You do look identical, don't you? Yes, I do.
I'm so glad I didn't know she was looking at me.
Bernie, how are rehearsals going?
Rehearsals, we didn't have
Have you
enough
been
time.
rehearsing a lot?
Well,
No.
not enough,
No.
really. I mean, another 6 or 8 months would have been good. Because, you know, people think you just get back together and it all just comes back to you, but it actually doesn't, especially when these are in the menopausal years. And
I'm in the mood today. Yeah.
thought you weren't coming on there. I don't know where is he
Yeah,
gone?
no, I wanted a dramatic entrance,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I thought perhaps we'd scared you off, sort of four middle-aged women talking about sex and boobs and...
No, it's great. It's like hanging out with my mum and her mates.
Is it?
That's probably the wrong thing to say. Yeah, maybe I should go off and come back on again.
What can we expect that's new in this series? You've got...
More boobs, obviously. Lots more bangers. I'm very, very happy about that.
And what's fresh,
and I have to say, ding dong. Honestly, if I was a straight man, you would be in trouble, Missy. Honestly. it's pretty much the same for this series.
Come on.
Don't do that, honestly.
She's
Not the mood I'm in right now.
got a good bra on today, so I'll say you would.
They look tremendous, I have to say.
Thank you.
I mean, I have to say that I don't know who picks them, but and quite often the songs I'll have known them from the States, but they perhaps hadn't crossed over to here at all, or by artists that weren't known here. You pick some fantastic songs.
Yeah,
Suit the group so well.
Simon Cowell is he's our A&R man, so he's picked all of our singles since day one. He signed us. Before he was Simon Cowell, he was an A&R man. That's just we auditioned for him like 9 years ago.
Right.
And he signed us as a band, and he's picked all with Louis has picked all our singles since day one. So he has come up with some great ideas. You know, "You Raise Me Up" was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
That was like a classic idea. But he's usually right a lot of the time.
And all your songs aren't normally the ballads and the romance, and that's what we know you for. So
Yeah.
are you like that?
Are we romantic?
Are you romantic?
I think so. Yeah,
I think, you know, we're all in...
See what I'm doing for you?
We're all in great relationships, you know. I mean, we're all with our partners a very long time. We're all very much in love with them. So I think that, you know.
Don't tell them that. No gooseberries in the band then.
No gooseberries.
You the gooseberry one that they're talking about.
I'm a gooseberry. She's a gooseberry as well, yeah.
But we're a couple of gooseberries.
At the end.
Should just get together, and then you won't be gooseberries anymore.
this single goes in the top 10 or it goes in the top 100. I just wanted to release this single, and I wanted to prove, just to show everyone that, you know, I didn't win Pop Idol just because I was overweight. You know, I enjoy music, I enjoy singing, and just, you can only do the best what you can do, can't you? You know, that's the thing.
It's called Dancing to a Different Beat.
Yeah.
So is that a story in itself?
A wee bit. I mean, it's a completely different avenue I've gone down with this one. It's very clubby, it's very a kind of 80s vibe to it, because I suppose when we went into the studio to write this album and the producers were like, OK, well, what's happened to you? You know, tell us all your sorrows and we'll write some, you know, heavy-duty love songs. And I thought, I don't have a man. I mean, I can't even get a man to buy me a kebab on the way home, never mind take me out.
Well, I was the fat pig of all time. You know, stomach was out there, couldn't see what was below.
That wasn't enough to sort of...
What did it was that the Queen's dentist, lovely fella, put a temporary cap on one of my teeth. Was only meant to be there for 4 weeks. Well, of course, we never like going to the dentist. So 8 months later, I'm in Barbados. I've still got this sort of copper cap on. It came loose. It started eating into my tongue, so I couldn't eat, because every time I ate, it was painful. And I lost 7 pounds. And I said to Sir Philip Green, the retail millionaire or billionaire, I told him what's happening, and he said, well, it should have happened earlier. He said, you wouldn't have been such a fat
I must tell you, I heard about the program, but I had no idea. And I took that invitation. Imagine a Frenchman who was invited by 4 loose women.
It's a dream come true.
So I said, yes. Never read where I was going to, but I was expecting effectively to be looked after in a certain way. And I was absolutely, when I arrived in my little room here, the dressing room, there was a goodie box with special oils. There was a Lang Lang oil here. I had Stay Sharp for 20 minutes, no boxes, all sort of things in my goodie box. I said, that's very good. Anyway, thank you very much.
Stealing all the shampoos. Good man.
Not shampoos, Lang Lang oil, for God's sake. So I was expecting to lay on that table being as
You were a lot wilder than Joan when you were younger. Were you the wild one and she was the good girl?
Well, she was in Hollywood busy being a movie star when I was busy being thrown out of school. You know, waving at the resident flasher.
You've mentioned twice
yes,
you were
I
thrown
know.
out.
I keep on.
What did you get thrown out
Well,
for?
I've told this story before, but it's quite funny because I used to have my little school uniform on. We used to go and play tennis in Regent's Park every Tuesday, and there'd be the resident flasher. I wish all the ladies in this audience would put up their hands who's been flashed, because you'll be shocked. Who's been flashed? Look at that.
Oh, my word.
Wow. Now, is there one little guy running around flashing all the women?
You've never been flashed?
No. It's a fabulous experience. I mean, you get this guy in a raincoat and he goes, look at that. And you go, well, I used to say, cold day today, isn't it? And they said, that's disgusting.
We were talking about sort of road rage and beeping horns and things.
Yeah, I am a car driver.
And?
I'm lovely,
polite?
you know, polite.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I beat my horn sometimes. Sometimes I beat my horn if people get in my way, you know, but not in my way in a horrible way, but in a way that is in my way.
What, if they dare to drive on the same road as you? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What would you do if whatever happened on the road and you were crossing, you know, Carol's car and she was leaning on her horn at you and giving you the evil eye?
She wouldn't be doing it to me because I would be oblivious to that.
Would
because
you?
nobody doesn't do that to me. So
really?
I would be like,
would you simply blank her out?
Yeah,
like
because
so many of us do.
Yeah. That was very good.
And your character's going to get a bit of romance.
Well, she did, actually, this last Monday. Not
Oh, it was last Monday? I haven't
last
seen it.
Monday. Well, luckily, I'd gone to Venice for a holiday, and I got back on the Monday, and I was staying with friends in London, and they said, oh, you're just in time to see it. And I said, no, actually, I'm fine, honestly, please. I haven't come to stay just to watch myself on television. Because I thought, oh, I don't... And they said, no. So we sat down and we saw it. And... You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Bit of a love scene.
She has a bit of a love scene with a young man. All right, on the kitchen table. I know. With a young man who, honest to God, is... I mean, he was wonderful, a lovely actor called Justin Sale. No, not like that.
And the
there'll be more celebrity snippets later this week. Time for a quick break, and still to come with music from All Angels and the Choir Boys. But first, here are some familiar faces to wish you well.
Happy Christmas to the Loose Women ladies and the audience of Loose Women. Arguably my favourite and your favourite show. Well, I know it's your favourite show and my favourite show. Have a fantastic Christmas and a great New Year.
Hi everyone, Michael Ball here, just wishing you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. For the first time ever, I'm not going to be in the country for Christmas. I'm going to be in the Bahamas. Oh, I hope it's lovely for you, because it really will be for me.